you tell us really quickly, I mean, to begin with, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about this potential H.G. Wells spinoff.
Oh, I know. We got a question at the panel.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. It's not, it's not a series yet. It's not, it's
just
a
an
pitch.
Idea, right? Yeah,
it's a pitch. I mean, they love the idea, and we love the character, and Bob Goodman and I are working on the script. And yeah, it would be great fun if it happens, but I've been doing this too long to pretend that it's happening yet.
Yeah.
We'll pitch the idea. We'll get the idea sold. Well, the idea is sold. They love where we're going with it, and they love the potential characters. Now we have to pitch the pilot story. Write a Bible for the show, write a pilot script, and see how that goes. My sense is that Syfy will certainly give it the best shot they can give it. I think, to coin a phrase, I don't know if you can print this, but it's really ours to fuck up.
Yeah.
So
we can print that, or
yeah. It's up to me and Bob to screw this up. Because they've handed it to us, they said we want this. So and I think we'll be able to deliver them something fun. Bob and I have been working. I haven't really focused much on it because it has been such a killer last 4 weeks, both finishing the series, prepping, directing the last episode. We shortened our last week by 2 days to make it to Comic-Con. Yeah. So we shot 2 6-day weeks and 2 one-day weekends, and I don't know what day it is.
You already got the Christmas episode in too, didn't you?
We're done. We've wrapped. Everything's wrapped, and Christmas is done, and it was great fun, and it's my favorite episode.
Oh, good.
It's so much fun. We actually got underneath the short story that was the basis for It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, cool.
So we dug out the short story and found an artifact attached to it, and really, it's a really fun episode.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is really. I'm very excited about it.
The last year's Christmas episode was great.
Yeah, I mean, I loved last year's too. I loved working with Judd, and it was just great fun. But I'm very excited about this one. This was very Pete centric. It was really fun.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really fun. But yeah, anybody else?
With the H.G. Wells stuff, would it be more of like her backstory and how she became an agent, or would it be like?
Well, it would be more about we don't want to do Warehouse 12.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more about H.G. Wells, both in the world of artifacts and sort of as a Sherlock Holmes type character. Someone you go to when you are looking for an answer that can't be found. And so she's, her time was the 1890s, and the 1890s was the birth of science fiction in this country, in the world. It was science fiction was basically born. That's sort of her raison d'etre in life. So we're using her love of science, her love of science fiction. I talk about her as if H.G. Wells was a woman, but that's what my head is. In my mind, H.G. Wells was a woman, and we're just sort of leaping off of that, so that if something doesn't have an explanation in the world of artifacts, it might have an explanation in the world of science, or maybe it's both. But so right now, what Bob and I are doing is we're building the world that surrounds her, and creating that world, and trying to figure out how we struggle with shooting a show that takes place in the 1890s.
So it would be a prequel then? Like
it would be, yes, it would be a prequel to the show, absolutely.
So are you mixing steampunk, for example?
Oh yeah, steampunk will be heavily used in it, and it's essentially, one of the things we're talking about now is the time frame where Warehouse 12 ended up moving to America and becoming Warehouse 13. That's another element that's interesting in the overarching arc of the whole series is when did that transition happen and why?